this is just really a recap, probably kind of from our last kind of meetings, but we can go through any questions about what we've done in the past, but we'll go through the slides. I think Mum and Dad are there as well, and Dougie's joined us for a wee minute, so we'll just go through the slides and we can add their input in it. So something that we have developed that we've been planning to do is, this is our wee trailer that goes the back of the quad bike, and Dad has worked his socks off and has converted an old Williams roof, attached some corrugated sheeting on it. Dougie's mother, who's in the trailer, she is a seamstress to trade, so she actually does boat covers and things, so she's made our waterproofing window covers that roll down. We've got a perspex shield now at the front, so that's that kind of nice protection, but also it means they don't get covered in cow shit and other things that can fly through the fields. And rain obviously is the big one with us, so we really wanted to provide a professional looking tour, obviously with our new branding on it, which we got our signage done for, which I just think it really looks so much more professional now than what we've had before. It's obviously more safer, it conforms to all the regulations, and it's going down an absolute storm. We can take up to 8 people. It's weight related, but we're obviously not going to start weighing folk, but we'll just gauge at the time when the group arrive. We know before if it's children and adults, but we'll obviously gauge at the time when we see folk in the weather conditions. Dad will plan the route around that route. At the moment, our bookings, Caroline's going to show you the short video that we posted in a wee minute, but when I just posted that, when I was on a few-day break at holiday, I posted it one night, and then I just got inundated with emails from all different, I put my email address on it, but it went through all different platforms, so it's just amazing how folk picked up on it, and it comes across, so you really had to be on the ball. So I think in a space of 3 hours, I had 20 inquiries, and from that, we had 5 or 6 bookings for the next day. You know, so poor Dad was that in the next 2-3 days he was working away with all the tours. So our costings, from one of our previous meetings with Agritourism Group, we looked in part of our business planning, and we looked into comparisons to other businesses, and we felt that the prices that we put here are quite competitive. And one thing that we know farmers never do is charge enough for what we actually need, you know, what we should be worth. So we feel that this kind of covers enough for Dad's time. So it's £80 for up to the first 4 people. That could be children or adults. If 2 folk turn up, it's the same price.
It's about an hour long.
Yeah, an hour long. And the additional price is £15 per adult and £10 per child, and nobody's questioned it or had an issue with it. So we may need to charge more maybe next time. Anyone else? Dad, have you got anything you want to say? You're probably on mute if you want to say anything.
No, it's working fairly well. I'm quite happy with it, and folks seem to be enjoying it.
Do you have your phone on at the same time, Dad, or have you got some other device on? Turn it off.
Having to listen to the volume. I've got no sound in the computer, so I've got the phone on for volume, so that's why it's echoing a bit.
All right, we'll turn your mute off. But yeah, that's better now, whatever that is. That's fine. Just there's the noise that comes through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, so you find it all right if people have enjoyed it? So we've got a walkie-talkie system, which is quite funny, that basically the Dad will stop and talk to people as we're kind of going through the ride, but then they can actually ask at any time just to stop and ask a question, maybe it's something they've seen. So it actually becomes a really nice interactive tour, and it's been used quite a lot, and it's nice, easily wiped down as well. You can clean it after it's all PVC inside as well, so it's quite nice for keeping clean between the tours. Helen, thanks for questions. Did you take payment and booking and pay when they arrive? So at the moment, we've set up just an email system. We haven't got bookings in place of like every weekend or whatever, but we need to sit down and sort that out because it will make my organisation a lot easier. But it was just initially just to see what the feedback was from. So then I think we will set up probably payment when they arrive, and probably use Eventbrite again, just to kind of book it through. And we are in the process, we'll go on about our website in a wee minute, but we are hoping to have all this bookable within the website. So again, money will probably get taken up front rather than that. So that's fine. Caroline, yes, you can share the video if you can.
So I'm just going to ask it, can I share it at the end of your slides, just because it's in a different place?
That's fine, we'll do that. We're going back onto that. Yeah, if you want to move on to the next slide. Thank you. So basically, since we opened from about the 17th of July onwards. But previous to that, the COVID did give us a chance to get our business ready. So we had quite a lot of time of looking at the insides of the property and what we can do to make it simpler to run, and on the background of things. So we both opened up in July, and pretty much booked through now to October. And every day we're getting an inquiry or a booking. So I've just had a booking for over New Year. Just now, my New Year week's now gone, which is great. So it's really nice and positive. We've had a few random people asking the earth and then I managed to send her, just basically said, look, sorry, I'm afraid it's now gone, do you know? But she then came back days later realising that everywhere in Scotland is now booked up, so she should have just actually probably booked at the time rather than complaining about everything. But that's people for you. But yeah, I think as most businesses, talking to the group, is the cleaning regime is definitely taking a lot longer, and it's trying to work out. I think I might have to move my entry time depending on when we open up the barns if I'm going to manage it all at once, but might need to employ people to come and help me to get it done in time. So there is more of a cost, but my costs haven't changed. I haven't upped my prices, so that's maybe something I might look at doing next season, is adding a bit more onto that, I think, and that would be fair, I would say. I don't know, Mum, do you want to say anything about anything in the cottage? Or?
Oh,
It's a busy woman.
No, phones everywhere. That's fine. If that's fine, we'll move on to the next one, Caroline. Thank you. So I'll let you go into Dougal. He can give you an update on barns.
Yeah, so it's been pretty constant with the barns. That is one of the good things to come out of COVID, was about the amount of time we've been able to spend on them. Because probably I would have been working a lot more, but there was major delays with materials, as I think Carly was saying earlier, they had it, and Joan was saying about the trailer. Getting stuff has been that's been a big stumbling block, because even researching the stuff that you would normally spend half an hour, you would have 10 different options and you'd pick one, whereas now you would have 2 options. You would need to read all the information, check their COVID statement to see if they were still selling you the stuff. So it really, the amount of time spent researching stuff as well as getting it was massively through the roof. Yeah, the water was a few months late.
Yeah, the water's delayed everything, so the gas man couldn't come in to do the gas until we had the water in, but we couldn't get any of the bathroom supplies to get in time to be ready for the gas man to come, and then the water's finally done. So it just seems to be this. There's other things that you can get on with, but the major jobs have been delayed, and now it's just trying to play catch up. But it is what it is, and we're not really stressing about it, because we've not put an opening here. So we've kind of got it open, planning to open one in September. We might even get both of them open in September, but I'm not pushing sales for it at the moment, because I'm just conscious of all we need is something else not to arrive. And then I would rather not apologise to people and cancel, and I would rather be open properly when we're ready and professional, rather than going back and apologising. So
yeah. So we've been on the site loads recently, Bobby and Anne as well. We've got the landscaping all done, which really kind of spurs you on, because the wildflowers have started to kind of come out and stuff, so it's getting quite exciting. Yeah, it's just head down, bum up, going for it, really. It's,
so between the sheep work, we've got another kind of busy spell coming up with weaning, but there's been another few spells obviously with shearing, so it's just about trying to work it in with weather and things. And the place is now pretty much, the landscaping's just about, I think we're about 90% done. But then obviously just waiting for some grass to grow. But this is perfect. We have perfect, lovely weather at the moment for that, so that's great. So our first barn's just got a few jobs left to do. The hot tubs, believe it or not, have been the biggest. They were like 2-week lead time, no problem at all. Been speaking to these guys for 2 years, and then I contacted them. I'll contact them early, just try and get the ball rolling. Phoned them, end of September. I'm like, no. We were going to open at the beginning of September, so it looks like
everyone's loving a hot tub in COVID.
Everyone's decided to do their gardens, haven't they? So there's no decking available, and there's no hot tubs available, but we now allegedly been told they will be coming by mid-September, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, quite a few people see them now, so feedback's been really good, which is positive.
Yeah, there's lots of chat. Whenever I put up a new post, we always get quite a lot of inquiries. But again, I'm wary about putting too much on it at the moment because I want to be able to know when we're ready to go and open. And we also have, we're going to do another live tour soon once we have one dressed and ready. How I'd love it to be, but obviously we won't be able to have all the throws and cushions and things in it, but I'm still going to dress it for the purposes of the tour so folk get the real feel for what we're going for.
Now that we're all very professional with these live tours, people.
Yeah. So we did a live tour back in June, and I can't believe how far it is gone, and the amount of people who tell us are just following us, they can't wait to see the next one and things. So it's
I'm pretty
quite
sure
funny.
that's because I was in that one.
I'm sure that was why. So we've decided to make this one a dog-friendly pod. So we've got a few touches with that. So we're going to have like a nice fenced-in area for them, so the dog can kind of run free within their site. They're going to be a wee dog shower at the back of the pod that they can rinse their dog off before they bring them in to the kind of area, and then there'll be like dog towels and biscuits and things for them. So it's just about encouraging people to pick up the dog mess and obviously keep the dog nice and clean before you bring it in. So it's the first time we're welcoming dogs into any property on the farm, which was quite a bit of a worry, and we've never allowed dogs, mainly because we're a working farm. But the problem is with Right to Roam in Scotland, everybody walks up round here anyway with a dog on a lead. So I kind of feel if we're able to accommodate one of our properties at the moment to have a dog, we'll see how that goes. And
it's a massive market when you're going for couples. It's a huge chunk.
Being a couples only, we feel that we'll see how this goes and we can monitor it. And if it's not something we need to, we won't make another one by the end of the site. We'll just leave them as one with a dog, but we might open another one up with a dog later on when we're nearly finished.
Yeah, I like the pictures of the hideaways with the wee dogs, Caroline. That was a nice post.
Yep, second barn. Dougie was telling me last night actually he should have it opening at the same time, so you'll need to get yourself back to this this afternoon. So Caroline will show you a video at the end. So we'll move to the next slide, please. And so our website, that's been a big part of my time probably in the last few months. A lot of time spent. So we decided to go with MTC, and we looked at a few different companies and listened to lots of advice from different people, but we felt that these guys up in Dundee were able to deliver an accommodation and tour based booking system that there is nowhere you can get that right now. So that's what they promised us, and that's what it looks like we're going to be getting. We had our first look at it just this week, so I've added a couple pictures on the slides. You'll see as we move through. These are just like screenshots of what they're looking at. There's going to be a few changes. This was just an initial. This is the first time we've seen part of the design, but it does look very professional, really nice and sleek. We're really happy with the colour scheme. Obviously, they're tying in our brand colours, but it's really good. But what I will say is the support. We've got Leslie helping us out quite a lot with that, and that's been quite useful, but I'll go into that in the next one. What we want from our site is also that people can go and book an accommodation, and then they can add that to a basket, say at the top, and then they can come back on and go, oh, I might actually book a tour when I'm there, or I might buy a gift voucher, or I might buy bits and pieces, and then at the very end we want them to be able to buy it. So rather than buy one thing, come back on, and buy another thing and then come back on. So that's what we're hoping to get from it. Anyway, that's the main part. Obviously a big focus is getting the photography right at the moment. All the photos on our existing website are just done by myself and my phone, so that'll be nice. And I've got somebody doing the copywriting for the bigger parts of writing, so that's, again, it's taken a bit of weight off my shoulders, because I'm used to just doing everything on my own, so it's quite nice to release a little bit of work to give me some more time. So next slide, Caroline, thank you. This picture's of our kind of booking system. That's what it would kind of look like. Again, really nice. They're using the colour scheme and the different options that they're giving us. How he found the process. So it's not been easy. So I'm pretty good with a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of jargon and bits in the background that I don't understand, and that's
obviously I'm there to help out with the tricky bits.
Yeah, really glad I've got Dougie for support. Leslie's been invaluable. We've just her help and being able just to give her a phone and say, what does this mean, or what's this, or send her an email. But I've just brought her in now, so anytime we meet with them on Zoom, she sits on the call and is very active on the call, and she'll just ask the questions that are maybe a bit more uncomfortable, like, well, this isn't what we were looking for, or this is what we're looking for, but we want it done in this way. And it's because she's that she's off from the business, she's able to ask these awkward questions and ask the right questions because she has a knowledge. So I love seeing their facial expressions when she comes out with a really important question. They kind of are a bit annoyed that she knows more about it than I do, so it's good. So that's been really, really useful. And so we met with somebody back in April or March. We met with a group, the head guy and some other lady, and they ticked all the boxes. Yes, this is what we're going to give you. Yes, we can achieve all this. And then they sent us the price. This is what you're going to pay for. This is what you get. And we thought that's great. And then when we decided to go ahead, we then met with one of the people from the first meeting, then another 2 different people that weren't at the first meeting. So we then basically went through everything all over again with them, and they're still saying, yep, that's fine, we can deliver it. And then we had another meeting with our actual development team, and nobody was from the first meetings. It was just myself and Leslie. So there's definitely been a loss of communication slightly along the way, because it's like Chinese whisper. So that's the one thing I would suggest that people are doing the website development is the continuity. We're feeding this back to the company as well, but I would just say that it's been good that Leslie and myself have been just taking notes, and then we write notes, compare it, email it back to them, so we have a paper trail, and kind of chase them back on it. But their hands are up and they're happy to move through it all, and are good to check it. But it's just a bit annoying that we're going back over things. But apart from that, we're really, really pleased with them. They're nice and easy to get on with. It's a lot of money. I think I've mentioned that on the next slide. It's more money than I would like to spend, but yeah, it's looking to come around 5,300. I think it might be more than that, but that's just the way of things. But we have managed to secure funding from Business Gateway, the 50% grant, which is the Local Growth Accelerator Programme. So spent a long time talking to the lady from our area about looking at getting it and going into it, and I was not informed of the deadline date, which was the 23rd of April, and then I submitted on the 25th or 26th, just because we're middle of lambing, and then to be told that, oh no, they won't be looking at it again until June. The next submission is 2nd of June. So then you had to wait for the panel to meet 4 weeks after that, so we didn't get our answer till July. You can't touch anything, you can't communicate with MTC to start. You can't, you've got to wait till you've got the go ahead and the funds. So I was a little bit put back from that. There was again, I think it was COVID, there was a lot of things going on, but there was a bit of miscommunication there, and it was annoying that we got put back a month. We could have been launching hopefully in August and September rather than waiting till probably September, October now. But these lessons are learned. But yeah, we should hopefully be fine. But I found that really good. And part of the fund is basically anything to do with some sort of kind of marketing. That's where the local growth and marketing side. So we've got all of our signage covered in this grant. We have signage, all of the kind of website. What else did I write in there? The videography and the photography, and just a silly thing like the gimbal that for using for videoing. So it's a smooth. So I would definitely advise anyone, if you like to make videos for your websites and things you don't, I would definitely buy one of these wee gimbals. They're only £89.
Yeah, the difference in the quality from the videos.
You'll see some of the videos. Sometimes I did use it, and sometimes I've just grabbed old bits of video. But the difference in it is once I get better at using it, but the smoothness of the video it feels drone-like, if that makes sense. But I would definitely say it's worth a purchase. But anyway, all these things have been lumped into what we applied for, and you could apply up to £10,000, but you get 50% of it. So the max you'll ever get is 5,000. But they were very good, because I think I only asked for 8,000 and something, and then I said, oh, I forgot to add. I wondered if I could add this in, and she said, yep, get it in before now, so that even after being accepted, we were able to go back and make the money up to the 10k very quick. Within a few days, we got all the quotes in. Anything over £500, you have to get 3 quotes in. So it can be quite time onerous on it, but it's definitely worthwhile going for. They did say during the COVID thing they might stop it because they might need to do more of a COVID support rather than the local growth accelerator, but the programme could still be running. But it's definitely worth a wee check at Business Gateway.
Hey, can I just bring in, so you also, like Leslie, that's helping you kind of project manage the process and manage the website team. So you've got some of her time for 50% as well. Yeah,
we built that into that right at the start as well. Herself into that. We've used it for a couple of things, so we've put that in to cover that. And I would definitely say it's worth it because she knows what she's talking about, more so than myself. So what's next for us? Yeah, so what part I've been doing as well is looking at our business as it is now, updating our current business plan, which has changed actually, and also looking at other aspects of the business that we might like to expand on. So that's really given us a chance to break the headspace. I think really that's the biggest thing that I found from it, is just being able to sit down and actually just schedule myself. No, this is an hour I have to listen to what other folk are going to be doing, steal some ideas, and revamp them and make it kind of work for us as well. So it's been really great. It's been encouraging actually, because it's something that when you think about your business plan, I just kind of go, oh, I'll leave it, I'll do it later. But actually it's been really, really impressive to see how easy it is. If you do it well, you can actually look at your business and actually to see actually what is worth pursuing and how best to move forward with it. So it's been quite glad that's been part of it.
Well, it does scare me every time Kay comes up with a new idea.
Next for us, again, we're still looking forward to a break, but as we well know, with when you run your own business, there's probably not going to be a break for a while. But we're very lucky that the team, although the top picture is Dougie trying to put mum in the ditch hole, but
oh, we're having a cuddle.
But we all get on really well, which is really great. And throughout this all, it's been quite a positive experience that we can all work together and push through the business, which is great.
Yeah, definitely. There's no way anything would work unless all four of us were doing it.
Yeah.
Definite teamwork.
Yeah, there's always somebody doing something. But that's us really. If anyone's got any questions.